Hey guys, thank you for checking out my studio's devblog. This is my first time doing this, and I don't really know the formula yet, but I have done some research and planned what I want to talk about beforehand. So in this video, I'm going to cover a little bit about myself, a little bit about the game, and where we are in development, as well as future plans and a big announcement. So a little bit about myself. I've been humbly working in the game industry since 2012, doing quality assurance and some junior artwork. However, I really fell into my career path around 2015 when I began freelancing as a stylized 3D game artist. Over the years, I finally made it into some big roles, with my last role being a 3D artist on Polybridge 3, developed by Dry Cactus. Before my professional career took off, I was working with a Zelda engine clone called Zelda Classic, as well as doing some ROM hacking for Final Fantasy VI, or modding is what it really is. I know the Zeldalike formula and feel right at home developing this game. Alligori is a fully 3D Zeldalike with a focus on co-op, procedural dungeon crawling, puzzle solving, town building, and crafting. I'm planning on releasing it on Steam as well as Nintendo Switch, and the demographic I'm targeting is gaming with your significant other, with your kids, but also fans of classic hack and slash adventures you'd find on older consoles. For the longest time, I've been wanting to make my own Zelda-like, a hack and slash adventure game that follows the Zelda formula, but with some more modern features like casual exploration, town building, and especially playing with friends. Alligori is the type of game that I would want to play, as well as develop. The core of what Alligori is derives from classic hack and slash formulas like Secret of Mana, Terra Enigma, A Link to the Past, but also some more modern indie games like Stardew Valley, Oceanhorn, and of course Minecraft with friends. The idea behind Alligori is that your grandfather has passed away and left you his kingdom. You decide to leave your life behind to start over to manage it. You arrive in the land of Alligori to find that his kingdom is a little more than a small village in shambles. The locals refuse to follow another tyrannical leader, so you must prove yourself to them. Delve into dungeons to obtain new weapons with their own unique abilities, defeat monsters to gather resources for crafting, and repair your village along the way to unlock new game mechanics. Over time, you'll progress to a point where you can upgrade your village into a town, then to a city, and finally a kingdom. Within your village are 6 building types which you can allocate resources to repair or further progress. Your home, a chapel, farm, barracks, blacksmith, and jeweler are the 6 building archetypes. Building and eventually upgrading these buildings will offer you new game mechanics that'll affect your overall experience, such as respawning at the beginning of a dungeon after death rather than walking back, or crafting jewelry which give you new weapon skills and buffs. For the last 2 months, I've been designing and organizing the game design document as well as creating tech design docs for gameplay specifics. I've designed the game around 5 distinct pillars, which are hack and slash combat, dungeon delving with puzzles, city building, crafting, and of course co-op, and feel pre-production is now at a point where we can begin the development cycle. As of September, I've plotted out and organized a 6-month development timeline over Trello for a vertical slice to eventually pitch to publishers. I picked up a programmer and animator to work alongside me, and we've begun to slowly hammer out the 5 previously mentioned pillars. As of now, we've successfully set up multiplayer co-op, although it's still in its infancy stages. We've also got the procedural dungeon system set up, although I do feel I should briefly cover that, as anything procedurally generated can scare people. Our dungeons will be procedurally generated, but the rooms that make them up will be uniquely handcrafted, each prop placed by hand, and the puzzles uniquely constructed. Dungeon rooms are being designed to not be repetitive and monotonous. Some rooms will only show up once in a dungeon, being unique in design, such as an entrance, puzzle rooms, item room, and boss rooms, while others, such as a random corridor or large room A or medium room B, may show up more than once. I ultimately decided on going procedurally generated because I wanted to offer a fresh experience on each player's playthrough, and the length of dungeons will scale based on the number of players in your co-op game. All in all, I want to maintain the integrity and experience you felt when dungeon crawling in those old retro hack-and-slash adventure games. When I was establishing the scope behind Alligori, I wanted it to be something I could develop in 1 year, based on my experience working with the previous studio. To accomplish this, I've heavily simplified the narrative and the art style, with the story told through an opening cutscene and ubiquitous flavor text found on items, spells, and weapons. The art style is a simplified low-poly look, and something I'm very comfortable working with. It's easy and efficient to develop with, making it feasible to do a majority of the art by myself, with the help of an animator here and there for characters and the such. Coming full circle with this devblog, I am self-funding Alligori out of my own savings for 6 months with the intent on pitching a 1-year development cycle to publishers. I have a few in mind, but it's still too early to reach out. I'm creating a small Patreon on the side to help subsidize the cost of the programmer and animator, as well as any future hires. I really want to offer incentives for patrons, something tangible and impactful. So each month I plan to rotate new pledge tiers that'll let you put part of yourself in the game, with this month being flavor text on items. If you're interested, go check out my Patreon. Every bit helps. There's still so much I want to talk about, like how the character mechanics will be and how they'll feel, how the art style will look, and all the pipelines behind it, as well as how co-op will work. But I'm going to leave that for a future blog since we're not ready to show that yet. I do have a big announcement for you guys, although. We're currently planning 2 playtesting sessions during this 6-month development cycle. I'd like to formally invite you to the first, which will happen in late November. I don't have the exact date, but we're hoping to get feedback on how fun the character controls will be, how they'll feel, with the second playtest being about how fun our overall vertical slice is. I've been teetering back and forth on how I want to handle playtesting invites, but I think I want to make it a Patreon reward, and I hope that you guys can understand. Your feedback is crucial and wanted, so please take a look at our Patreon and take a look at our Discord. Thank you guys for watching this first devblog, and yeah, bye.